Okay, hey, HadesOmega here, and welcome to another episode of HadesOmega's Solar Garage Project. It never ends. Alright, so we're trying to add a second battery bank. In the last episode, I went over the charger I bought for the battery bank, how we're going to charge it up, and we're going to top balance it, and we're going to plug it in when the voltage is the correct voltage. Alright, so yeah, check, I shot a clip about that earlier, what our target voltage is. Check that video out right now. Okay, so this is just a little we're observing how much voltage that we need to charge the battery up to. Okay, so right now we're at 27 volts, and that gives us about 96%. All right, well, on my little notes here it says 27% is like 100%, so the battery is pretty much fully charged right now. All right, so when we build that battery pack and we charge it up, that's our target voltage. We want to charge it up to 27 volts. Okay, so 27 volts, right? Around 27 volts is 100% right there. Okay, so I got it up there right now. I'm gonna plug my car to charge in, because I don't want this thing to fill up all the way. All right, because it shuts off when it fills up. But yeah, it's charging at 26 amps right now. So yeah, I think we're gonna shoot for 27 volts fully, to fully charge the battery to 27 volts, and then we'll plug it in parallel at the same time when we get it to about the same voltage. Okay, so that's the plan, and then we'll try to top balance it when it gets up there. But I just wanted to make this little video clip before we start building the battery pack, just to observe what the voltage is at. Okay, so 27 volts is pretty close to 100% right there. All right, we've got like 270 amp hours in the battery. Okay, watch it go down a lot. I want to plug my charger in for the vehicle, all right, or the EVSE, and look at how the power just goes down right away. Set it, you'll see it'll go negative. See, there it goes, it's going negative now. Now it's drawing power. Man, that eats up a lot of power. Anyway, there you go. So 27 volts is our target voltage for when we're gonna plug the second pack into the system. All right. Okay, did you get that? 27 volts. All right, 27 volts is what we're shooting for. All right, so basically we're gonna put it in series, all right, and we're gonna connect the charger to it. All right, it's got terminals on it, so it should be easy to connect with these alligator clip dealies here. Okay, and then it should charge it like in a day or something, because I'd imagine these are probably got more than 50% charge on it, so the battery should have some energy in it. All right, so I got the battery bars right here, and then the nuts right here. Okay, so we'll go ahead, and so I think what I'm going to do first is we're going to put them in parallel, and then I'm going to leave it for like an hour to let it balance themselves out. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in series. All right, so hey, like I said, I was going to put the BMS in. All right, I was going to actually construct the battery pack and then charge it and then just hook it up. However, I don't have the BMS yet, man. Freaking Dowley's taking their sweet ass freaking time. It's supposed to be here by Thursday, alright? So, today is Monday, alright? So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, I've got like 3 days, alright? But if I can get it pretty close to the target voltage, I know it's going to take like at least a day or two to charge the battery. So, it's kind of good timing, alright? The problem is that we won't have a BMS. So we could mess up the batteries, all right? So, but if I keep an eye on the voltage, it'll be fine, all right? So I'll just every half hour I'll check it, all right? I will not leave it unattended, all right? I'll plug it in. I'm gonna do some stuff in the garage for like a little while, and then I'll just unplug it, all right? While, you know, so I'll keep an eye on it. Is the word, all right? Also, I want to configure the battery packs in a way. Last time I had two batteries that were kind of puffed up more than the other ones, All right, I had 2 not so good ones, is what I want to say. This time we have 2 not so good ones again. All right, so those batteries, I'm gonna put those batteries on the top. If you guys remember how this crate worked last time, right? Right, that's on my knee right now. I had everything all together right here. All right, and then I had 2 on top. I had 6 up here, and then 2 on top here. All right, and they were connected with the battery bars. The ones that are puffed up, they're gonna puff up a lot when they charge, all right, more than the other ones. So I want to keep those ones on the top, so they don't like pull the other ones away. Just like the other ones are like, well, I think one of them was on the top, all right, and one of them was like in the middle. So like it would expand, and then it would press on the other ones, and then it would put pressure on the terminals and stuff. So I don't like that. This time we're gonna put those 2 weaker ones on the top, all right. And thus far I haven't had any problems with them, all right, other than that one time, like one of the cells was like really low when the state of charge got really low. So that's why it's important to bottom balance it, all right. I feel like a bottom balance is more important than a top balance. All right, yeah, the BMS freaked out and it cut power to the battery. Didn't like that. Okay, so we're gonna go put it in a parallel configuration, a 8P configuration. All right, 1S. I don't even know what you would say 1S, but an 8P setup. All right, we're just gonna do what we did last time, and we're gonna use this as a kind of like bus bar to connect everything in parallel. Okay. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm just gonna get a quick video of me pulling the batteries out. We're finally gonna start doing stuff with them, so we don't need this foam anymore. If you want to know about when I got these batteries, check out that video. It's an earlier video, right? But I'd already gone over these batteries. I already know 2 of them are puffed up pretty bad. And you can't really do anything about it because the company is in China. Okay, I got the batteries out here. They're kind of like in the wrong. I'm going to configure it in a way that we can put it in parallel, okay? So I'm just going to leave it on the ground here. Shouldn't be a problem. Make sure all the polarities are the same, all right? And then at some point we'll number all the batteries. All right, so I'm going to go flip this around, all right, because the black, you want to make sure this black and the grays are the right ones, okay, are the right direction. Okay. Let's put them together. Find out which ones are the bad ones. Maybe I want to put an X on it or something. Ooh, they're heavy. It's a lot of power there, baby. Okay, and I can clearly tell. I can clearly tell which ones are the bad ones. I believe it's this one. It's not this one. Yeah, I think it's this one here. Alright, so I'm trying to find which ones are the puffed up ones, and I believe this is one of them. Maybe not. It's pretty flat actually. This one. Okay, this one is definitely puffed up. Yep. This one right here. Put this one at the end so I know which one it is. This one looks like it's puffed up also. These ones at the end are puffed up. Yeah, this one. But I know this one is puffed up. Yeah, this one is puffed up. Alright, if I put this one on this one and it's flat, alright, and it is, alright, so these are our 2 puffed up batteries. Alright, so I'm going to slide this over there. And these are 2 puffed up ones at the end. Okay. And then I'm gonna mark it with a little X. All right. So I know which ones are the puffed up ones on the corner here. All right, just mark it with something so I know which ones are our worst batteries. All right, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Boy, does it take up a lot of space going this way. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go shift these up here as much as possible. Okay, so I got space, so I'm not tripping over it in my garage. All right. So let's put it back here. Okay, and then we're gonna start connecting them in parallel. Okay, I'm gonna start connecting them in parallel. I've got my battery bars here. Hopefully we got enough. Hopefully they reach. Okay, so we're gonna want to connect all the negatives together and all the positives together, all right? Okay, that already doesn't fit. Okay, so these new battery bars are better than the old ones, all right? So these are my old ones. All right, and they're not as big. There's not as much material in it. All right, I noticed these battery bars are bigger than the old ones that I got. All right, so these are actually better. All right, they fit better. Yeah, let's go every other one. Okay, and then we'll hopefully these fit. Nope. One. What did I do wrong here? Oh. Okay, now we would need... Yeah, okay, so somehow this is not going to work. I think we want to do this. No, we want to do this. And then do this, and then do this, and then do this. Okay, this right here, connect this right there. Okay, so I got one side done. The other side I don't think we're going to be able to do. Put this right here, this on top. Okay, and I've run out of battery bars, so what we're going to use to put them in parallel the rest of the way are those copper wires. Oh, I got one more. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go get our nuts. Take our nuts out of the sack. Alright, I'm gonna go. So this is the negative side, right? See negative on it. Yeah. So these are all the negatives and these are all the positives. I also want to point out, for safety, you probably want to not wear any kind of jewelry while you're doing this. So what HadesOmega is going to do here is I'm going to wrap this around the terminal a bit. Okay, this is the one I used last time. It's all wavy, so that's why. Okay, see how it alternates? It goes around the terminals like that. That's how you want it. Okay, I've got the batteries in an 8P configuration. All right, we put it all in parallel. So if we wanted to charge it like this, we could. We could use just a regular, we can use my battery charger and charge it as a 1S configuration, all right, and it'll be fine. We should go ahead and check the voltage real quick. Okay, so we can go check the voltage of the whole pack here, all right, and it's 3.28, all right. So what it's doing right now is it's like it's balancing itself is what's going on right now. So when you got it in parallel like this, the higher state of charge battery starts feeding the lower state of charge batteries, all right. So they're self-equalizing, all right. So that's why when you're in a series configuration, balance plays a big part, because they don't balance each other like that, all right. The balance could be off, all right, when you're charging it. So HadesOmega is going to leave it like this for an hour, all right, and then we'll disconnect it and then we'll put it in the series configuration, and then we'll start charging it, okay. So just remember 3.28, all right, so how many volts? 3.28, 3.29. I see it flick, kind of going towards 3.29 also. So okay, 3.28, 3.29. I'm gonna leave it that way for like an hour so they self-balance, and then I'm gonna take everything out, and then we'll every other battery will flip, all right, and then we'll connect it again with the battery bars, and then we'll hook our charger up. Okay, so I'll see you guys in an hour. We'll check the voltage again, and then we'll start disassembling it and reconfiguring it in a 8S config. All right, HadesOmega out. All right, HadesOmega here, and my alarm is going off. All right, I'm going to turn that off, and there we go. All right, so we're going to go check the voltage real quick, and then we're going to go put it in a series configuration. All right. All right, we got, was it negative on the left or negative on the right and positive on the left? It doesn't really matter, guys. All right, so it looks like it's stabilized to 3.3. It actually changed. Yeah. So that seems to be like the voltage it wants to stay at. So if you remember correctly, before I put it in parallel, I was getting a 3.28, kind of 3.285, because it was bouncing around from 3.28 to 3.29, and now it's 3.3 now. Okay, and I'm using the same multimeter. It makes me wonder if we should keep it connected longer. Will it change? That's a good question. All right, but anyway, yeah, I think it's pretty well balanced now, so we're going to go ahead and take this bad boy apart, and then we're going to put it in a series configuration and start charging it, okay? Charge it to 27 volts. So I'm going to take everything apart. I'm just going to speed it up, and I won't take everything apart, okay? Okay, I've got all the battery bars out and all the nuts out. All right, so now every other one we're gonna flip around. All right, so we'll flip this one. All right, flip this one. Flip this one. Okay. And flip this one. Okay, and just for fun, I mean, yeah, we should probably do it. I'm going to check the voltages of all of these. All right, some of them will be like negative voltages. All right. Because I'm not going to move. Well, we can move it around. All right, so the first one is 3.29, 3.3. Got 3.3, 3.3, 3.3, 3.31. Okay, this one has a little more energy. So this is going to be a little bit higher voltage than the rest of them when we charge it. Okay. 3.3. This one's 3.29. Almost 3.3. This one is 3.3. Give it a few seconds between. Alright, and this one is 3.3. Okay, so yeah, there was one in the middle here that's a little bit high, and there's one that right next to it that's a little low, but that's okay. We'll find out when we charge it. Alright, so now we're going to go put the battery bars in this series configuration. How would we do that? Positive, negative, yeah. So I'm gonna do the positive on this side. Well, this is kind of a long battery. I hope my cables will reach to the other. I didn't anticipate that, guys. All right, let's go right here. Okay, so negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. Can we use this one? Yeah, we could use it, but it's okay. Just keep them all the same. We've actually got one extra battery bar too. Okay, so let's just make sure this is right. We've got positive, negative, positive, negative. I wish they made these red, the terminals red, man. Positive, negative, 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 positive, and negative. All right, so these are different colors. This is our positive right here, and our negative is right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and tighten these battery bars down. Okay, sorry, I ran out of memory on my camera, so I'm just gonna torque these down just a little bit because I had it at like the lowest setting. Just snug it hand tight. Probably when we do it for real, I'll use the wrench. I'll use a ratchet, but not very tight at all. Okay, just snug. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna go check the voltage real quick. It should be somewhere probably more than 24 volts. 24 volts should be dead, all right? So if this battery didn't have any charge, then it should be like around 24 volts, but it shouldn't be. It's probably got about 80% state of charge. All right, so here's our positive right here and our negative right here. All right, and I'm getting 26.3. Okay, so we got to charge this thing 7/10 of a volt. 7/10 of a volt. Okay. All right, so let's go get our charger and start charging. Tell you what. Oh yeah, this is metal, so I definitely don't want to put that there. Okay, let's put that down there. Okay. I want to disconnect this first, or let's disconnect the XC60 cable. Okay. Plug my power cable. All right, so we're going to be using the power from the solar garage to charge this. All right, plug it into here. I've never used this before, so there we go. We got a green light saying there's nothing going on. I hope this reaches. I'm going to try to unwind this as much as possible. Okay, so we got a positive here. Oh, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit, guys. Oh, these are too big for this. Yeah, we want to use like, okay, let's just go upwards. There you go. Oh, it barely fits. It barely fits. All right, there we go. All right, there's our positive. I will make sure this is positive, man. All right, black is positive, and then this is negative. All right, and then all we got to do is plug this in, and we should be good to go. Okay, I hear that. So it was 26.3, right? I'm going to check the voltage again. Alright, now it's 26.4. So there's power going into the battery now. Alright, now it's 26.5. It's charging pretty quick. Alright. So HadesOmega has to keep an eye on the voltage is what's going on here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner right now, and hopefully when I come back from dinner, it's not over 27 volts. All right, this could charge up to 29 volts. All right, and this charges at 10 amps also. Let's see how much this thing is drawing right now. Actually, I'm kind of curious. All right, so I get it's charging just fine. I don't see any smoke coming out of the battery or anything. So the dangerous thing about this is we don't have a BMS. All right, but hopefully this charger should be smart enough to know that when this battery is fully charged, it's going to shut it off. All right, when it gets to like 29 something volts. All right, but anyway, here's let's see how much current draw we got on this battery. We got 15 amps coming out of this battery to charge that battery. All right, and then we can check how much that charger eats up 350 watts. All right, not a lot. Not too much. Is my refrigerator on? No, okay, my refrigerator's not on. So yeah, that's how much power that thing is eating up, about 350 watts, all right. Okay, yeah, 350 watts, all right. My refrigerator's not on. That's probably the only other load in this garage that's significant is the refrigerator. It'd probably eat up like 500 watts total if the refrigerator is on, okay? So 350 watts. But yeah, it's kind of funny. We're discharging this battery to charge that battery, right? It is kind of odd, all right? The way I see it, all right? There it is. It's just charging away. We'll check the voltage one more time, and then I'm gonna go eat dinner, and then hopefully it'll be okay when I come back. What I might want to do is get some alligator clips. Yeah, let me do that. Okay. You can hear that charger working. What we're gonna do is connect. Okay, so we got 26.6 volts. What we probably want to do is charge it a little bit past 27 volts. We're gonna charge it to 27, maybe 27.2, 27.3, because when we pull the charger off, the voltage is gonna go down. All right. So yeah, I like 27.3. We pull it off. All right. At some point, so yeah, I want to watch this really carefully, because at some point, if you guys don't know about the charging curve, all right, for the lithium iron phosphate batteries, is that it's very flat in the middle, and then once it gets to its full state of charge, it just ramps up right away. All right, the voltage just suddenly goes up, and when this voltage starts to suddenly go up, that's when you know it's fully charged. Okay. It makes like the same amount of power for a while, and poof, it goes up. And then it's the opposite for when you discharge it, all right? When you discharge it, it's the same voltage for a while, then poof, it just nosedives, right? Okay, so I'll see you guys after dinner. We'll see what it is. So right now we got 26.5, 26.6 volts. That's what the battery's at right now, okay? This should be pumping about 29 volts in there. 10 amps. Okay, see you guys later. See you guys after dinner. Okay, so I just want to reiterate why HadesOmega is doing it this way, because it takes a long time to charge this thing as a 1S setup, alright? It takes a long time. It takes like 2 weeks. The reason we're doing this, we're charging it in series, is because it charges much faster in series than it does as like a 1S, alright? It takes 2 weeks. I'd imagine this, if this was fully discharged, it would take 28 hours to charge it, all right? So that's a lot less than 2 weeks, right? HadesOmega was like constantly checking it, and like, oh, and then one day it started moving, you know? So, well, HadesOmega will just occasionally plug it into the charger until we get to our target voltage. Okay, but I'm gonna watch it like a hawk, okay? That's what I say, because it may just suddenly go up. This thing charges, it's supposed to charge a lot faster. All right, HadesOmega out. Okay, so also you could see the charger's status. All right, so if you remember correctly, green means it's fully charged, and then red means it's charging. Okay, so it's charging right now, and the fan is on and everything. It's kind of loud, but it's a nice little charger. Cool. All right.